Each of the Sundays during Advent, the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas, the season that we're in right now, we light a different candle on the candle Advent wreath in order to mark the 4 themes of Christmas or of Advent. One of those 4 themes is the idea of love. And love is talked about all throughout the scriptures. But when you come to Advent, I think perhaps maybe the understanding we have of love and the understanding of what God's love actually looks like in this world, the love that we're supposed to be expecting, the love we're even supposed to be longing for in this season, might be different than we think. One of the most famous passages where it speaks about love is in John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whoever might believe in him might have abundant life. But right before that passage, Jesus is visited by a man named Nicodemus. And in fact, what Jesus says when he says, for God so loved the world, he is concluding a conversation with Nicodemus. Nicodemus is one of the religious elites in Judaism in Israel in the time of Jesus. He is what's called a Sadducee. And he comes to Jesus, it says, at night, because he's worried about being seen in conversation with Jesus. He's worried what people will think. And Jesus says to him that famous line that anyone who wants to enter into God's kingdom must be born again, which is kind of a strange statement, but the heart of what Jesus is getting at and where this comes back to Advent is in one level to say anyone who wants to experience the life-changing power of God's love is going to have to let go of their expectations of who they think God is or God should be, in order to let those expectations of God's love be reframed and understood anew in the story of Christmas. God enters the world in the person of Jesus Christ on Christmas morning so that everyone, not just those who were part of the Jewish establishment, not those who are good churchgoers, but everyone who's willing to embrace this love that is changing might be new. And so as we come to this Advent, this Christmas season, I think we all have expectations of social gatherings, of gift giving, of party, of family stress, of all sorts of things, of busyness. But what are our expectations of what God is really like? What are our expectations of what it means when we say that God loves us? I think Nicodemus struggles that he's going to have to let go of everything that he thought he knew in order to be part of the new thing that God is doing. And so as we walk forward to Christmas, Christmas is the celebration of God's love. But is it the love that we're expecting or the love that God is actually bringing? For God so loved the world that everyone who believes in him might have life and it abundantly. Thank you for joining us on our journey to Christmas.